boys and girls, welcome back to the Steak and Brush. I'm Christine, and today I have the latest Trendmood box. I picked this up. It went on sale Tuesday or so. Today's Sunday. I got it yesterday, and I was feeling like crap, so I didn't do anything with it. But this is the Nabla box. I have opened everything up. I swatched it, or my daughter swatched it, but I haven't actually played around with anything yet. So let's take a look and see what we've got. All right, I have never tried Nabla. I really wanted to. I have for a while. I've seen a lot of the stuff come out. Actually, this summer I was going to order on their website, but they are in Europe, maybe Italy? Does it say on here? Yeah, Milano, Italy. So they're in Italy, and the shipping was horrendous, and I'm cheap. And the stuff I wanted wasn't at Ulta yet, because Ulta does carry some Nabla, but it takes a while for some of the products to get there, so I just kind of, forgot about it. I really actually wanted to try some of the lipsticks too. I've heard great things about those, but anyway, so the Trendmood box came out and I thought, well, this is great. It was $39 for the entire box, and it includes their new release palette. This is the Side by Side palette. It is, a nude palette here. This came out in the summer, I believe. This is the Ruby Lights palette. It is 4 pressed glitters. Their Major Pleasure mascara. I have no idea if this is new or old or anything. I know nothing about this. And then it came also with a brush set. So, pretty much for the price I would get the palette for, I got the other things. So, I thought, that's a pretty good deal. We'll try it out. So that's the story behind it. Yeah, I got, everything's kind of nude these days. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but, I like a nude still. This is a 16 pan palette. It looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shimmers. In different like satins and shimmers, and so that would be 9 mattes. So, and we've got all the way from a really creamy matte all the way to a black matte, and yeah, as usual, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. A lot of this just looks so pretty, but yeah, I guess we'll probably go in for just a general kind of run-of-the-mill color. I did, again, we have these glitters. They are messy. I don't know if I'll use it. I want to try to use them. I should use them, right? I should use them. Oh, and that just fell. There was a little piece on top of it, and I have no idea where the plastic piece went. So, yes, I'll use this. I'll use the mascara, and I'll use the brushes. So let's kind of go from there. Ooh, sorry, that was very loud. I was just taking this piece off. I was not expecting it to be that loud. All right, so let's get into this. Let's look. Again, I haven't used these brushes, but I looked at them. Initial thoughts. They are very lightweight. And I'll be honest, this part of it feels very cheap. There's no heft to the ferrules at all. I don't know how they're put in there. This is a very thin, I would say, hollow plastic. If you can it's one of those like see-through kind of things. But the bristles feel really nice. So yeah, I don't know. I've never heard about Nabla brushes before. I don't know if this is a new thing, an old thing, I don't know. So this is all going to be new to me. But I've already prepped my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer, and I'm debating which brush, and these just have numbers. They don't necessarily say what they're from. For, I'm debating between 5 and 6. I guess I'm going to go in with 6. Let's just start with this Bonjour color right here. Just a very light peachy tan color. So far, so good. Decent amount of pigment. I, of course, have done the rest of my face, so I'm hoping there's not a lot of fallout. There's a decent amount of kick up in the pan. Not horrible. Okay, I'm gonna be try to be good and not block this eye. I don't know. I feel like I've definitely had better brushes, but this is just one. We'll see. But this is a nice, this is a really nice transition color. It's close to my skin color. It kind of, sets down the Anastasia Beverly Hills is a little lighter, so that kind of covers that up a bit. What do I want to go into next? Let's try, I'm going to use the same brush. Actually, yeah, I'm going to use the same brush. And I'm going to go, no, I need to try the other brushes. I'm going to go in with the 5. And I'm going to just deepen up a little bit with Beauty Mark here. It's a cooler toned. Now that had a lot of pigment, like, not a lot, but it had pigment right where I put it down, but didn't blend out that well. I don't know if that's brush or if that is the formula. I'm also trying to remember to hold my, I usually hold my brushes like in the center, and I know I probably get better blend if I hold it back further. It's like less control, but with blending, it's not as much about control, and I need to remember that. It's a hard kind of thing to do, though. Again, it's a nice subtle color, and I think I'm liking it better, at least, maybe the brush, the blending of it, as I hold it back further. Because blending should be subtle, and sometimes I forget that. Okay, where to next? I kind of want to keep it a cool tone, but a lot of these are pretty warm. I think I'm going to have to go kind of warm toned if I want to use one of these. Because I don't really want to put a purple in there. All right. I just feel like that's all I ever do. So I'm going to go into Burnt Sienna. And I'm going to do the This is the 04 brush. I'm just going to try to do the Wayne Goss crease. See, I'm slipping towards the front. That's a hard thing to relearn. What did I use? Oh, burnt sienna. There's a couple colors that are just really, really similar, and I don't want to I don't want to mess it up. This feels very weird, this technique. It feels very weird, but it does produce a very good result, at least for me. If you have hooded eyes, I would say at least try it once. And if you've missed Wayne Goss's video or any of my previous ones where I've used it, you just coat both sides of the brush, flip it back and forth, put it straight into your crease there, and windshield wiper it back and forth. And that just kind of coats in just the right places to deepen up your crease. Okay. Now where to go? Let's try the... Let's see if this works as a good outer V kind of thing. This is the 205. It's like it's a longer but smaller kind of brush there. And whoa, the mascara just went. All right, but let's try tempera here. Tempera, not tempura. Tempera. I'm sure that means something different. I am just barely putting that on because I don't know what the pigment situation is. I like the fluffiness of this. Because sometimes I have problems. I get the right shape, but I feel like it's a little too stiff. Hair. Trying not to have to pull it back, but it doesn't seem to be agreeing too well with me. I really do like this brush. So far out of all of them, it's been my favorite. I think I'm going to go in. This is the 102 brush. It's supposed to be an eyebrow brush with a spoolie on the end, but I'm going to go in and use it. And I'm going to use it with this Untitled, the black down at the bottom, to kind of create a faux wing. Oh, okay, that is a nice black. I know I still have to put my glitter on, and I might have to go back over that, but that is a really, really nice black. that's a really nice brush to use for it. Just able to create a little bit of a wing there with no eyeliner. I'm going to switch mirrors because I know I have to get closer. My eyesight is just not as good in this eye as it is in the other. Even though I've had them fixed, they're still not completely perfect. And I still had this issue even when I had my contacts. Okay. I really like that too for that purpose. That black is beautiful. One of the better blacks I've run across, at least for that. I'm going to see how it works. I'm going to take this little pencil brush with the black. I'm just going to kind of go into my crease just the tiniest bit. Okay. Dip just a little bit into the black. Just, I mean, barest touch will do that. Just on the edges there. Then I'm going to use the same brush. I think I'm going to go back into that beauty mark here. Right here. I don't know if it'll be dark enough. I might have to go back into one of the warmer tone. This isn't a bad brush either. Okay. Going to stick with this brush. I'm going to go into Ray of Light right here, just for my inner corner highlight. Okay. Then, let's see, what brush haven't I used? Probably not the best brush for this, but I want to try. I think this will mean I only didn't use one of these brushes. I'm going to try the 204. I'm going to go into Rarity down here at the bottom and just do an eyebrow highlight. I don't want it to be shocking or anything, so no shimmer. Okay. Now, let's play with the glitters. Okay, I am going to get out my glitter glue since I have no idea how these perform without. And so I've got my NYX glitter glue, and I'm going to get out one of these little thingamabobbers. Do I have one that's open? All right, that one's open. Yeah, these work really well for me for glitters. I'm just putting the glue just in the places that I want it to, the glitter to stick. I mean, I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? I wouldn't put it places that I don't. That instruction was just for any of you people who have never used glue and never went to school or have had any social connection at all. Okay. Now, let's see how these work. I'm going to go into this gold here on top. Kind of swirls in the pan. Like the pan itself is swirling around. So I'm afraid it's going to fall out if I try to show you. Oh, okay. Had some hit my eyelashes, which, by the way, I guess I should say there was absolutely no fallout on my face. Okay. This is pretty. And I mean, I'm not going to be able to tell you right now how it's going to hold throughout the day or anything like that. My complaint right now about it is that I don't think, you know, you've got a nude collection. So I don't really think curating it with 4 sparkly pressed glitters is really the way to go with it. Yeah. I would have thought, you know, these would, do so much better with a more colorful palette, or a palette for people who aren't, trying to va-va-voom it up. But you can kind of see there, what it looks like after I've used it. It's, it's a pressed glitter. It's going to be messy. But so that's how that looks so far. Let's try out the mascara. I was really hoping that they would have thrown in one of their lipsticks, because their liquid lipsticks are supposed to be fantastic. I much rather would have tried like a nude one of those than either the pressed glitter or even necessarily the mascara, even though I am a sucker for mascara. Some of the glitter right there. So far so good on this. It's a wet formula right now. I don't know, you know how when you open up mascaras, they're, for the first time, they're wet, and then sometimes they dry out a lot. I don't even know what the claims of this are supposed to be. And I'll be very honest, it's like 9 something at night on a Sunday night, so I am not going to have an update for you about how long this lasts. Because this is not, unless I waited until like 6 in the morning. And I'm not going to do that. This is a really pretty glitter. It's just not really what I wanted for this look, but I wanted to use everything that came in the package. All right, let's move on to a second coat and see how that does. I don't even, did I show you the wand? It's a bristly wand, but it's not like the hourglass shaped of like a Too Faced or anything like that. Nothing groundbreaking, no flat on one side or skinny on the other. Or... Two coats, I'm definitely getting more volume, but I don't think I'd be able to go beyond 2 coats with this. Definitely darkening. I mean, it is a very black. I don't think it's very lengthening, but I do feel like it's pretty volumizing. So if that's what you're looking for, the light is just so much worse. I'm gonna do that there. That's better. You see? Yeah. Like I said, it's dark outside, so I have no natural light in the house, in the room right now, and that makes it a little harder. Okay. And then I'm just going to add, this is just a Glamlite lip gloss that I got recently, just to round it out. One day I will try the Nabla lip formula. Almost had an accident. Okay. So here is the final look. Let's go through piece by piece and talk about everything. The palette, which is really the star of the box. As for my first impression on the formula, I really like it. I don't think it's anything revolutionary. As far as, I mean, I didn't use any of the shimmers really here, except for my inner corner. They swatched perfectly fine. You know, maybe next time I'll try to do a cooler look. I guess I could try, you know, there are some cooler shades in here. I just didn't have glitter that worked with it. So, you know, I definitely will work on that next time. But it's a basic nude palette. The problem with the industry kind of going, it's all about nudes right now, is everything looks the same. You don't need 20 nude palettes. You know, I could name, you know, there is, you know, the bronze palette by Natasha Denona, or if you want the, if you're into the cooler colors, the glam palette. There are, you know, Colourpop has, you know, they've got 2 big nude palettes, one both, you know, one in cool and one in warm. They've got, you know, and they have smaller palettes too. They have the 12-pan palettes, the Going Coconuts, and what's the other one? I don't remember what the other one is. I'll try to remember to put it up here. I mean, and that's just off the top of my head. I mean, anything, you know, not that I like their, you know, to support them, but, you know, the Kardashians have made billions off of just nude palettes. So there's nothing new here. You know, if you don't have a nude palette and you're looking for a good nude palette, this is good quality, or, you know, so far what I've seen. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just don't think, and again, this is not towards Nabla, this is just the industry as a whole. You're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. You know, if you don't have anything different with your formula, or you don't have any, you know, different interesting shades, you don't need all of these. So every company putting out a nude palette, you know, why? So that's my take on it. It's not a bad palette. It's just not revolutionary. The glitters so far so good. I will try. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep this on. I will try to remember to put up a little, note here saying how long I kept it up and how they lasted. But oh, I didn't even see these had names on them. Sorry. I guess. This was Capricorn that I used. But these seem perfectly fine as far as pressed glitters go. As far as the box goes, I don't think the glitters were the best choice to put in here. It's a good product, but again, I would have put in a lip for it instead. A nice, even a gloss, one of their lippies, something like that might have been even better. So far so good on the Major Pleasure. It looks good, not really lengthening, but I feel it was thickening. Very nice and dark. I do appreciate that. We'll see if it smudges or anything like that, because smudging is the biggest no-go for me. The brushes were probably the biggest surprise for me. Just by the feel, like I said, they're so light. They feel cheap. But the bristles, and really the bristles are where it's at. They do feel good, and I think they performed really well. I had a trouble at first, but I think, once I kind of adjusted to, the feel of them in my hands, everything else worked really well. So I do like those. I will use these again. So far, there's nothing that I won't use again. It's just, it's a nude. But I really, really wanted to try the Formula of Nabla. So, I guess I also forgot to tell you that the brushes did come in this bag. It is a nice bag, and this is pretty hefty. This is not plastic. This is metal right here. This little zippered case. So if you like things like that, you've got that there as well. So, all right, tell me what you thought about today's look. Have you tried Nabla in the past? What should I try from them? If I wanted to get a better representation of the brand, like I said, I'd heard good things about the lips. Are there other eye products? I don't even know what kind of face products or anything like that they have. I've just been hearing about the brand a lot for the past year. So I wanted to give it a shot. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.